Hey, how's it going everyone? Welcome back to another review of The Queen's Umbrella. First, I apologize about the poor lighting. It's raining right now. But anyway, this episode was pretty much a cat and mouse chase. Or I should put it, a cats and mouse chase. Along with manipulation and truth bombs and some other crazy stuff. So let's not beat around the bush. Let's get to it. So everyone is going after Physician Kwon in this episode. Reminder, the Queen found out who he is. At the beginning of the episode, she found out that revenge wasn't his initial plan, but of course it became part of it, and also found out that Kwon took the opportunity to learn how his brother died by treating the former crown prince when he found out that the crown prince had the same disease his brother had. And then there was a back and forth between the queen and Kwon. My son did not have any part of your revenge. He didn't do anything. And then Kwon goes, so did my brother. But then their argument ended when the guards arrived, which also they arrested the rebel group. And then the queen was trying to tell the king the truth about Physician Kwon, that he is UiSeong. But the king is just coming off as denial, but we already know that he knows. And his talk with Master Toji in the prison cell, where Toji just pretty much just fired at him. It was your greed that killed the crown prince. And once the truth comes out to the public, you will be remembered only as the person who took the throne illegally. So now the king is trying to find the autopsy report and find Physician Kwon because he wants him killed. But then the queen finds out and she's in a rush to find Physician Kwon before the king does. So what she does is she went to grandma and said, I want you to find Physician Kwon for me. If you can do that, I'll give you the autopsy report. So that was a good bribery from the queen, but it doesn't last long and I'll get to that point later. Later on in the episode, Won-hyung informed the king that he's going to get Physician Kwon into the palace so he can get arrested. But plan failed when Kwon killed Won-hyung, then went after grandma, revealed that he is UiSeong's dad, but turns out it wasn't grandma who was in her quarters. It was her maid. Now, did Consort Hwang found out that Physician Kwon is UiSeong? I thought she already knew that, and she also found out that she was being used for his bloodline. Surprise, surprise. But then UiSeong came, stabbed Kwon, and as Kwon was dying, he told UiSeong, you must live, you must survive. I am your father. And we see Kwon just slowly dying, and we see UiSeong tearing up just a bit because he's remembering what Kwon said to him about his last wish. At the ending of this episode, we find out that grandma got to UiSeong before he even stabbed Physician Kwon. She told him the truth. He's the leader of the rebel group. He tricked UiSeong into joining the group to commit treason. She told him pretty much the actual truth except for the dad part, which UiSeong found out the moment he stabbed him. So ChungHa is pregnant, congratulations, or is she? The doctor felt her pulse and said she was pregnant. But then when the other maid saw her running, she's not? Turns out that ChungHa has a heart disease. Did they mention this before? I have a feeling they did, but correct me if I'm wrong. On the other hand, grandma was not happy about this. She wasn't happy the fact that the crown princess has a heart disease and it could harm the heir to the throne when she actually gives birth. And she wants her out of the palace. And she was willing to do that, even go to the king to make it happen. So just when you thought that the queen had a leverage on grandma when she bribed her, grandma came back with a counter bribe and saying, if you can give me the autopsy report, I'm gonna keep ChungHa's condition a secret.
Oh, shit.
And wait a minute, I think the doctor is now under grandma's payroll, right? So now the queen had no choice but to give grandma the autopsy report, which she burnt. And speaking of burning papers, which runs in the family apparently, Gyeonggu gave the king the Kajang which I think was the paper that the king burnt at the ending of the last episode. So with no Kajang and no autopsy report, what the hell Songnam and the queen is gonna do now? Well, I'm stuck. I have no predictions. I really don't. I mean, with the autopsy report being burnt, and the king has the Kajang which I think he burned it in episode 14, the queen and Songnam has no tangible evidence. So what do? Force the king into telling the truth? Torture grandma into telling the truth? No, don't torture the grandma. Master Toji, what do you do? And what comes next? UiSeong against Seongnam for the title of Crown Prince. Seongnam earned the title after winning the contest. He's pretty much the bloodline of the current dynasty. UiSeong is not blood related at all. He's blood related to the former dynasty, so he doesn't really... Does he though? And yeah, that's pretty much the gist of the episode and my review. Is there anything I might have missed? Please leave in the comments below. Other than that, if you like this video, leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe. See ya.